Stadium in Miami. This crowd a few minutes ago stirred into action at the sight of their Dolphins emerging from the Hard Rock Stadium tunnels, and we're ready to go as the Dolphins get set to match up with the Washington Redskins. The kicker, Dustin Hopkins, set to get this one going. And we are underway from Hard Rock Stadium. Fielded about a yard deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been, and he's simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line.
Let's go, hustle, fellas. Here you go, Tiger.
A first carry for Kenyon Drake. Space to maneuver at the 40. And he's going to get this into enemy territory at the 45. All told, it's an even 30 and a first down.
That outside handoff to the left, that play has to warm the heart of an offensive line coach because they controlled the left side where they were supposed to. They didn't allow anything to leak from the backside on the right side of the offensive line either. Well played.
Yeah, and it created a big run. Tackle made there by Zach Brown.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Hey, 20. Play.
On second down, here's Tannehill. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Monte Nicholson picks it. And he's going to get this one to the 23-yard line. Certainly not how they envisioned ending their opening drive here in the first quarter.
Too many ones in this play. First quarter, first drive, first interception thrown.
And that last one, that hurts. Now the first carry for Adrian Peterson. And a short gain there as he'll get it up only to about the 24. Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8. Adrian Peterson, of course, had the big week 1 when he had 166 total yards. Week 2, though, against the Colts, came back down to earth a little bit, didn't he?
Yeah, he certainly did. 11 carries for 20 yards. Remember, out of 166 total yards the week before, I believe he had 75 of them through the air, which is unusual for him in and of itself. But in this game, totally bottled up by the Colts defense. And it's a little bit of a pattern for Adrian Peterson. Last year when he went to the Arizona Cardinals, some big games and also some lackluster ones. He's trying to string together some top-notch performances in D.C.
Throwing on third down, Smith. Forward for his running back, and he's got him complete. And he will be knocked down hard, but he will have the first down. It's an 8-yard pickup and leads to a new set of downs. First down, here's the run with Peterson. And he'll be taken down right around the 34 after a pickup of only a yard.
One thing to keep in mind, partner, especially in the second half, when you've got a running back of this size, of these dimensions, I can just tell you, attrition does set in for a defense because you're excited about hitting him in the first half. Maybe not so much in the second half, and some of these shorter gains turn into bigger runs later.
On second down, here's Smith. And this will be a dump off for Kelly. 7 yards on the play, and that'll bring up a third down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Trying to run the option right side, Smith. And he will have the first down as he's brought down up near midfield. A solid gain of 7 yards that time on the keeper and a first down. first down. It's Smith. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Richardson. And he's brought down. 15 yards through the air and a first down. And now the passing game here in the second quarter starting to heat up a little bit.
Don't you feel the rhythm starting to happen, right? You see it now. The confidence is starting to rise. I think now as a play caller, because that has happened, you lean on it a little bit more. You don't go totally away from running the football, but you do say, guess what? We can throw it. We can throw it well with a whole lot of confidence.
Handoff comes to Peterson. Nothing doing. Barely able to muster a yard to hit the 35.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
And he held on to it, but he probably shouldn't have as they get him behind the line. So he loses 3 yards there. Now third down.
I don't think there's any doubt that if it's me, I'd be really cautious about continuing to call this play because you got to know, defenders, if they get a free shot at the QB, they want to take it, and they want to take it big.
And they got it there on the option play for a loss. Smith, he'll leave it for Kelly, complete. And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Give him 2 yards on that play, and that's going to bring up a fourth down. And Hopkins' kick is good. And it's 3-0 as the Redskins strike first. So the field goal there caps what winds up to be an 11-play drive.
Well, partner, that's a lot of offense to run there to only get 3 points. I just wonder, are they going to recycle those plays because they were successful in getting 3? Or do you go to another section of the playbook trying to find ones that get you into the end zone and get you 6?
Back now comes the Dolphins offense, and we mentioned that they're 2-0 with wins over the Titans and the Jets. And what Ryan Tannehill has done, and you said he's been effective, he's had some guys out wide that maybe they're not the biggest names wide receiver-wise, but they've been effective too.
Yeah, and they're also not the biggest people. Albert Wilson, Danny Amendola, Kenny Stills, all water bugs, but all finding a way open downfield and in the short zones and then turning into bigger plays. But they should get Devontae Parker back this week. I think that'll help them not just in the red zone, but also just a big target for Ryan Tannehill to throw to go along with those other little guys who are playing really well right now.
To throw on second down is Tannehill. And they're not able to hook up there. Incomplete. Parker unable to get that one. And it's 3rd and 4. Defensively, Charles, they continue to really limit this offense as far as yardage goes.
Yeah, you're exactly right. They've been assignment sound, staying in their lanes, keeping proper leverage, and communicating well, too.
Now it's Tannehill. Being chased out left. And that is incomplete.
Well, that certainly looked like something that they discussed all week in practice getting ready for this one. Take the big shot right out of the gate. At worst, you'll open up the defense a little bit, loosen them up, have them back on their heels.
They are going for it. It's Tannehill. And it is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And that will force a turnover on downs. So they take a big, big chance here in their own territory. And you think the coach may have some questions to answer?
Yeah, and, you know, normally we focus on the media, right? The social media barrage that he's going to get for this one. How about on his own sideline and in his locker room?
Yeah.
Because I think the team's going to look at him like, Coach, why would we go for it there? I mean, no confidence in the defense. You don't like the punter. I mean, what's going on here? You owe us some explanations.
Tiger. 15, yeah. Let's go.
Here's Smith now on second down. And incomplete. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with third down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
The Redskins on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 11. Play action. It's Smith. And he took the contact as he was throwing it, and the ball drops incomplete.
Pressure, and that's certainly going to be a key to this game going forward. And that time, they were able to get in there and influence the throw. And remember, quarterbacks got to get rid of it. They don't have the Tucker rule that they can fall back on anymore.
Well, the offense, they got the ball in a great spot, but they went nowhere, forced him to take just the 3.
And they'll be, happy taking the 3. But those guys on the other side, they've got to be ecstatic. They didn't let them get anywhere. It made them kick a field goal. It almost feels like they got the advantage, doesn't it?
And he'll get across the 20 before he's brought down at about the 23-yard line. And out come the Dolphins now. And on that last drive, went for it on 4th, turned it over. But good job by their defense, though. They held them to 3, but this offense, they've got to be a little bit better, a little bit more careful here.
And sometimes when you see these calls on 4th down, when they decide to go for it, it's not necessarily the coach saying, I believe in my offense. Sometimes the coach saying, I believe in my defense. I can afford to go for it here, because if we don't get it, I don't think we'll give up more than 3. And that's exactly what happened there.
You think that factored in?
I do. I think that he had that in his mind going into the game, that I'm going to be aggressive on offense because I know I've got a defense that can hold up their end.
Here's Tannehill now on 2nd down. Brought in over the middle by Graham. Fighting through it, he's got space. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. He's got his first catch here before halftime, and it goes for a 1st down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
And the throw left sideline here is caught, but they'll rule it incomplete. Couldn't keep his feet in. 2nd down. And that one goes incomplete. They tried something out of the bag of tricks, but it's incomplete, and now 2nd down. On 2nd and 10, Tannehill. Buying time to his left. And he'll take it down shy of the 45 at the 46. He'll end up getting 5 out of that, but now they're looking at 3rd down. They'll get to the line here, but remember, it's also 3rd down. A shotgun snap for Tannehill. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Zach Brown. And he'll take this back all the way up past the 45-yard line. Stills the intended target. Well, CD, switching gears for a second, there's been a special teams issue so far in the NFL this season, especially you look at Week 2 through Sunday's games. There were 19 missed extra points and field goals combined between all the kickers in the league.
And if you look at Minnesota and Cleveland, that's where the spotlight really focuses, because Minnesota, rookie kicker Daniel Carlson, they spent a 5th-round pick on him, supposed to solve their kicking issues. He missed 3 in Green Bay, including a couple potential game winners. And Cleveland with Zane Gonzalez, I believe he left 11 points on the board, or I should say off the board, with missed extra points and field goals in their loss to New Orleans.
So maybe some kickers that aren't seeing time now aren't even on a team that might be popping up on rosters soon. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. They'll hand it off to Kelly. Calling no gain on the run there, and now they'll be looking at a 3rd down. Now the Dolphins are going to take another timeout here, as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the 1st half. The Redskins on 3rd down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Smith. Throw left side is complete to Reed. Now the Dolphins will use the last of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 37 seconds to play in this 1st half. And Hopkins' kick is good. And that will make our score 9-0. So he's been a busy man here in this 1st half. That's 3 field goals for him now.
And not just 3 field goals, but 3 for 3. So even though the offense has struggled a bit putting it in the end zone, they've still been able to come away with points due to his leg.
Out comes the Miami offensive unit now. They get set to take over. And what do you think goes on here in this situation? If you got the football, you're trailing, you're back in your own territory with just a little time. Do you try something?
You're thinking about jump-starting your team, right? You just mentioned it. They're down. They're trying to get back into the game. But you got to figure, if something goes wrong, you may have put yourself in a spot where you may not be able to come back in the second half. Managing risk, this is a big decision here.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up 2nd down.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. It came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
2nd and 10, Tannehill once more. Flushed out right. Now on the run. He'll throw it back deep. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. Maybe worse than the loss of yardage, they also lose the down, so now it's 3rd and long. Tannehill. Escaping the pressure right. That'll be incomplete with 9 seconds now showing on the clock. Tannehill staying out there. They're going to go on 4th down.
Hey, 20. Play. There you go, Tiger. Go, zero. Hey, 20.
They snap it to Tannehill. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. Adam Gase rolls the dice. It doesn't pan out. And this defense will take over right near midfield at the 49-yard line. Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10. They start the drive with Peterson. And he's brought down. We have hit halftime. Still 2 more quarters to go. We'll take a timeout. We'll be back after this. You're watching the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. It's in the game. The Redskins in a good spot. They've got the lead. They will get the football as the second half gets underway. So out now come the Redskins. They have the lead now. They'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had the ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
To throw on 2nd down is Smith. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. Broken tackle for Kelly. 9 yards on the pickup there, and it keeps the drive alive.
It's funny, throughout the time that we've been together, when we talk with running backs about the ability to catch the ball, their eyes light up when they talk about open field and having one-on-one matchups, don't they?
Yeah, they do. And that's the reason why. What we just saw, shedding those tackles, and that's what they're used to doing.
It is, and it starts at the beginning of the play. One-on-one matchup if someone's trying to cover them, but they also like those one-on-ones downfield after the catch when they're running with the ball. They think they're going to win those too.
They should have got more out of that, though. He was wide open.
I love how emphatic you are with that call because that's exactly what I was thinking. Wide open in the flat. Give him a ball that he can use to get upfield with, not just catch and go over the sideline. They cost themselves some yardage there.
On 2nd down, Peterson. And very little daylight there. He'll get a couple up to the 44. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
The Redskins on 3rd down, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 5. From the gun, here's Smith. Jordan Reed has it. And he takes this one down all the way near the 30. And they pick up 25 as they convert on third.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. And he'll fall forward to the 29-yard line. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe it'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
And he'll be brought down at about the 25 after a pickup of 4.
Third quarter, and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
The Redskins on third down. They've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This is 3rd and 4.
Good team. Good team.
A shotgun snap for Smith. And Reed with it over the middle. And he is into the end zone for a Washington touchdown. Jordan Reed, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Redskins find a way to stretch their lead. Out of the gun, Smith. And he fires one incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite. But in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that extra, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
Tannehill and the Dolphins break the huddle. Come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Tannehill now to throw. Going for the deep ball. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Monte Nicholson picks it, and his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
I tell you, Brandon, it seems like this guy's been all over the field so far. That's his 2nd interception of the game, and so much of playing defense in the NFL, especially when it comes to defending the pass, is all about positioning and technique. And this is fantastic work on both fronts there.
After the interception, here's Smith. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. William Hayes in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10. Well, the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20. A 10th carry now for Peterson. And he'll be taken down at the 18. Now that gets back some of what they needed, but they're still stuck here with a 3rd and 13.
Hadn't had a ton of success here so far, but you get the feeling that he might be on the verge of popping one.
Yeah, even on that one, there was a little bit of a hole, but it closed there quickly at the end. Now it's Smith off the bootleg. On the crossing route, complete. It's Richardson. And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line. Back now in Miami. It's the Redskins with the football and the lead as we start the 4th. Smith now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. Now Thompson. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Now, think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock. You'll forgive me if I get excited about what we just saw there, won't you? I know I'm supposed to be neutral here, but those were terrific plays back-to-back defensively. They know what the mission is. They've got to force a punt here if they want to have a chance to win the game.
They absolutely do. Steps 1 and 2 done. Now they need this 3rd step. Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on fourth. They snap it to Smith. And intercepted. Maybe the turning point they need. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And they will take over possession of the football at their 42-yard line. Good starting field position for the Dolphins as they have it 1st and 10. After the interception, here's Tannehill. On the left side, this is Stills. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Hey, 20. Tiger.
On 1st down, Tannehill. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out. Incomplete.
This defense was definitely alert to the possibility of the deep ball, and they were more than ready for it.
They've got the lead, 4th quarter. Maybe can expect more passes like that downfield.
Tiger.
Back to the air. Tannehill on 2nd down. Going deep here for Parker. And he's unable to grab it. Thought he might have had position. Couldn't hold on. 3rd down.
This defense is continuing to contest every deep ball that is thrown downfield. And, look, it doesn't matter whether you're playing man or zone. Eventually, that becomes man-on-man, and you've got to trust yourself and go up at that moment of truth and make a play on the football.
Back to throw. Tannehill trying to lay one up. And he will take it in for a Dolphins touchdown. In for the score. And the Dolphins are able to draw a bit closer. And correct me if I'm wrong, that was just a simple fly route, wasn't it?
No, there's nothing to correct at all. You've got it down pat. And I just remember as a player, when I'd be in practice sessions and I'd hear 9 from the receivers, that meant fly route, go, look out. That was the 9, and he just kept going all the way into the end zone for the touchdown.
A look at Washington as they come onto the field. I'm curious to see, Charles, about the play calling on this drive. Last time out, the interception that led to a touchdown. Here we are. I mean, very close, 1-score game.
Yeah, and if I'm a defender, I'm actually chirping Chili on the other side of the ball, saying, hey, we picked off the last one. What you going to do about it now? So when you do throw the football, high percentage, but throw it with confidence. If there's any hesitancy at all, it could end up in enemy's hands again.
It'll be a gain of 10 to start the drive out, and by a few inches, that'll be a 1st down. Well, that looked like an example of what you said back in the first half. A running back of his size can really wear down a defense. I think he's starting to do that.
I think you're exactly right. And know what else he's doing? He's inspiring the rest of his team because they see this starting to happen as well. So that means they're going to redouble their efforts to help him out. Extra blocking, getting downfield, helping him out.
And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. On 2nd down, here's Smith. Throw left side, complete. It's Harris. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning.
Hey, on.
On 1st and 10, Smith is brought in by Jamison Crowder. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. Smith now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. Now it's AP, Adrian Peterson. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. Here's Smith now on 2nd down. And that is incomplete. He was looking for Jamison Crowder there, and it's third down.
I know our vantage point might be a little bit better way up here, but that looked like an ill-advised throw to me. I didn't see anything open, and this play just didn't look right from the beginning.
It did not. I thought he might get outside and just chuck it away. Dangerous pass, incomplete. Third down, it's Adrian Peterson. Call it a gain of 5. Fourth down now.
I think we can safely say that those types of plays are the backbone of this offense. We know not every run's going to be a big hitter, but you know they'll take that type of result on each and every attempt.
And Hopkins' kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further. So barring something extraordinary here in the closing stages, that field goal should just about put this one on ice.
Yeah, we've got to find 2 scores. So, you know, we're not going to exactly move it over there yet. It can be done, but, boy, it's going to be a little bit of a stretch for them, isn't it?
Yeah, they would have to move incredibly quick and have some luck, too. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. So now here come the Dolphins. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you score points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
He's going to let it fly. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
Try and get it all back with one big shot right there, but even if successful, that doesn't get them all the way back to where they need to be. Can't totally abandon throwing the ball underneath as well.
On second down, here's Tannehill. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. It'll be a pickup of 16 and a Dolphin first down.
Now that was pretty. They executed that curl route versus zone coverage, and that changes things a little bit because against man, it's all...
And that's caught inside the 30. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. A very nice pickup of 33 yards. On first down, it's Tannehill. Now a desperation throw deep, and this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Fabian Moreau. Accelerating, and off he goes. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Redskins touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
And the Dolphins are going to recover. Well, fourth quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And nearly another interception. They've been around the ball all game. Another wayward pass. You know, things started out poorly in this game, and to be frank, they just really haven't gotten much better.
And all that does is embolden a secondary. They feel good about what's going on, and they just play better and better.
He's going to let it fly. And that will be incomplete. They were going for a consolation TD, but it was not